Let's see. Where did I put those tiny little cue cards? Ah, there's the slides, and there's the little cue cards. And now I can... Oh, well, hello there. I didn't think that you were already here. Well, then I might as well just move on then. You are all ready, and I have my cue cards and this lovely little slideshow that my assistant created. Let me just turn it on with a BAM! Ah, there we go. That's exactly what we were looking for. Anywho, as might seem rather obvious at the moment, there's going to be some big changes here, considering how dead this channel used to be. Anyway, it's time to move to the next slide. Wapow! Ah, yes, this one is indeed very obvious. Just let me grab something, and then we can show why it's such an obvious change. Ah, there we go. There's a single red lock of hair poking through. Let's drag it upwards, and you can see my funny little eyebrows and my deliciously blue eyes, like saltwater taffy. A little bit of blue in the hair too, and these incredible glasses, and is that my mouth with sharp fangy fangs for fangy little sharpness? Indeed it is. It's wonderful. Perfectly wonderful, and I love it so much. But let me show just a bit more, and there is a nice little ribbon, a fun little gold chain, and this lovely blouse and jacket. I quite enjoy it. It's very nice. Very nice. And as we lift ourselves a bit more, we can see the hands with the painted fingernails. They're quite lovely, I must say. And we can even get a glimpse of these thighs as a treat. You guys all deserve a treat, after all. Moving further downward, further downward, we can see the socks and the little boots. They're very lovely. Moving on up, there's the boots. Boots. Perfect for stepping on people. Anyway, allow me to resituate myself here, and I think there's a nice little corner of space. We can sit right here and look rather nice. And there we go, and bop. What is this on the slides? Dottie? Dottie, what did you do? Oh, right. She's not here because I'm here. That might be worth explaining a little bit. Suffice to say, my assistant is not here at the moment because I'm borrowing her body. I'll explain it a little bit later, okay? Okay. What's the next one say? Me! Stuff about me! My name. My name indeed is Magus Agrippa. Not Magnus. Not Magnus Agrippa. It's Magus Agrippa. Felt like that was important to get out so that I didn't have people saying my name incorrectly. It's very easy to mispronounce. My age is, in fact, 1,528.236583912, and that number is very much correct. I am a scientist. Please trust me. My birthday. My birthday is November 26th, which I'm told is coming up relatively soon. 2 months. And it's also near an event known as Thanksgiving. Rather strange, the Thanksgiving in my dimension was in February. It seems our worlds really are slightly different. Now, it's probably worth mentioning that, yes, I am from another dimension. I was doing a thing, and that thing turned out not so great. And let's just say I had to take up residence in my counterpart's body in this dimension. That's why my assistant's not actually here. She made this presentation and then went to sleep, and I took over. That's how it works, apparently. I'm not sure I understand this shared soul business, but we shall see. Anyway, we have more slides to go through, and I have more tiny cue cards to ignore. Maybe. We'll see. My height. 1.48 billion nanometers. The standard measurement in my dimension. These cue cards here mention something about feet and inches. What even are those? Who uses those? Nothing. No one. Nothing. Nanometers are the way to go. Let's move on. My weight is... He broke the... Dottie? I didn't break the scale. The scale was broken when I found it, and... She screwed herself over. This is her body, not mine. Yeah, she's gonna be mad at me in the morning. Very mad at me in the morning. But it's worth it. It'll be worth it. Trust me. Trust me, trust me. Next. The zodiac sign. I am told that the people in your world, your Earth, have these fancy little stars in the sky that form patterns. And this particular pattern was formed on the day that my birth takes place in. Yes, that's the right wording. Anyway, I am told the Sagittarius are the centaurs, the archers, and they're a fantastic group of people. And I am proud to be a Sagittarius. I like this Earth. It's a good Earth. It's much better than mine. Next one. Things that I like. What do I like? I've only been in your Earth for a while now, and some of the things in my Earth are the same, but not the same as this one. Let's see, and... yes, of course, video games. We had those in my world. Relatively new things, actually. But Pokemon and Final Fantasy, those are things I've only encountered in this world. In fact, RPGs aren't even in my dimension. They're actually quite fun. I very much enjoy them, and I've been having an absolute blast playing with them in this world. And seeing memories of my counterpart, my assistant Dottie, playing them herself. Anywho, next one is food. Yes, indeed. I should talk about food. Food is the best. That's why we have these sharp fangs for chomping down on everything. Like rocks and seafood. And of course steak and pasta and ice cream. Those are all very important foods and an essential part of any diet. Moving on to... books. Yes, I've been picking up quite a few books in this world. They're quite incredible. The Percy Jackson series was actually one in my world as well. Although he wasn't a son of Poseidon. Instead, he was a son of Neptune. Yes, that's what it was. Rather strange change, I must say, but it works out in the end. And of course, there's the Harry Potter series. I'm told that Dottie read those books when she was young, and it worked out quite well for her. It was a good series. It taught her to read and even write. It's a venture that we share. The act of wanting to read and write and delve deeper into the worlds of many fantasies. Moving on to the next is... movies and TV. I've binged quite a lot of these. Because there's really nothing else to do when you're trapped in someone else's head. First one I want to mention is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It's a wonderfully stupid movie about two idiots who can't even spell. I would love to talk more about that film on this channel. Super fun film. Time travel's fantastic. That's why the Back to the Future movies are wonderful as well. Ned's Declassified is just a beautiful TV show, the same as Avatar: The Last Airbender. And of course you have Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That is my favorite show from this Earth. The one that we had on my Earth was a lot less entertaining. It was called the Xander Hour, and there wasn't even a single vampire in it. Horrific, if you ask me. Vampires are much more fun. And of course, I want to at least mention musicals offhandedly. I absolutely love the musicals in this Earth. My Earth didn't quite have a Broadway. Mostly people just broke into song for no apparent reason. And, well, that was entertaining. The forced dance numbers weren't. Not really fun at all. I've tripped and fell all the time. Let's see what else I might have on this slide, and... of course I should be talking about anime and manga. Would you believe that in my dimension there was also a big 3, and they were the same? Except One Piece had been going on for about 300 years. It's incredible, actually. Quite wild. Although I'm told this One Piece is a lot shorter. Maybe... not even 100 years. Either way, I very much enjoy all of these, I believe the word is shonen shows. Special mention to Gintama, and ignore that little flub in the corner. I don't want to edit that out. Ahem, and that one either. No. Moving on to other ones, like My Hero Academia. I just love superpowers. They're quite fun, as is magic. I'm a little limited in my ability to perform magic in this body, but I am projecting these slides behind me. Rather fantastic little spell, I might say. And I suppose you could even say my existence is a bit of an isekai, because I got stuck in this world. Although I don't exactly want to go back to mine. Mine is kind of a mess. Everyone's at war with each other, there's lots of violence and danger, and, well, there is some fun things out there. Maybe I can figure out a way to bring some of the fun things back here. We'll see. We'll see about that. Next slide? Next slide. No, one more thing. Music. I've been enjoying quite a bit of Your Earth's music. And weirdly enough, none of them were in my dimension. It's kind of sad. But I quite enjoy the music from the 80s. All those hair bands and those rock musics, and a bit of metal too. Metal can be quite good. I think that might have been more 90s than 80s, but regardless, I like songs from that time. And I'm a bit of a dab hand at show tunes. There are some lovely, wonderful shows out there. I'm currently quite obsessed with Repo, the Genetic Opera. Quite a good show. Quite a good show indeed. And another slide indeed. Yeah, what? I thought I sealed that bonk eons ago. Dottie! Did she unseal the bonk? Alright. I'll just have to reseal it. Capture it again. It'll be fine. At least it's not the tubas. Those tubas are terrifying. Scariest things you'll ever see. Anywho. Okay. This one makes a lot more sense. Things that I hate. Whistling. Yes, I don't like the sound. It's a very high-pitched frequency that annoys my sensitive, scientifically attuned ears. Yes. What's next? Yes, getting my body shredded into a million pieces. I should elaborate on that. Yes, my experiment. I was looking into other dimensions and... well... I lost my physical form and had to bind myself to my counterpart. Like I briefly mentioned before, I am currently tied to my assistant, whose name is Dorothea Agrippa. We just like to call her Dottie. She doesn't like being all that formal, honestly. But I suppose there's more things we can talk about here. Technology not functioning properly. Yes, technology failed all the time in my world, which is why I was so much more efficient with magic. Why I spent so much more time studying magic. and science at the same time. I mean, you can study both. There's connections. Some science is so ridiculous it's basically magic, and some magic is so logical it's basically science. I like to explore that line. And, I did not have popcorn until I came to this dimension, and I have to say, it is one of the tastiest things you can possibly enjoy, especially when watching a movie. But when it's burnt, it's just the worst. Perhaps I will talk in further depth about this at another time. Next slide. Indeed. This digital body that we are currently wielding here. There's things to talk about when it comes to that. I've been thinking about this, what is it called, a fan name? Yes. Things for you to refer to yourselves as, and as I am both a scientist and a magical researcher, I think it's only apt to call you people test subjects. Ha 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 ha. I promise not to do any mad experiments on you. Well, not a lot of them anyway. I'd rather do these tests on, well, other things. Although I suppose you could watch, that'd be fun. That'd be rather entertaining. Moving on. Yes, the mark. This DNA symbol. This will be the symbol that is all up in my name and will be used to mark you as one of my test subjects that I may or may not have genetically modified. Indeed. Next, an art tag for any art you want to art. I think this is clever. Agripart. It's a pun. But seriously, if you have a better tag name, I will take it. This is the only one I could come up with that made any sense. And, my Twitter, or I'm told it is called X now. At Magus Agrippa. Very simple, very easy, and not something that can be easily messed up, I should hope. Moving on to the next thing. Content. I want to talk about the things that will be uploaded onto this channel. Things that I want to do. One moment, please. Okay, I am back. I am told that it's not a debut video or debut stream without a bit of scuff. So there's some scuff for you to enjoy. Anyway, where were we? Content, yes, content. I want to talk about RPGs. I want to play a lot of them. They're one of my favorite things from this earth, and as Dottie noted, I have not shut up about them. I hope you don't mind if I talk a lot about them. And the next thing is, yes, I wanted to post some videos about Pokemon, and maybe about Legend of Zelda, and some other Nintendo properties from this earth. Nintendo doesn't actually exist in my earth, so it's nice to see that there's some fun products to mess with here. And what's next? I want to play all the retro games and sprite-based games. I think it'll be really fun and enjoyable. I quite enjoy sprite art, and I'm actually trying to get a bit better at sprite art myself. I think it would be fun to do things with sprites. Who knows, maybe I could even make a game of some kind. I'm told that there's ways where you can make games and use several resources to create things in an RPG maker of sorts. Perhaps it would be fun to one day show you what my world was like. What else are there? Movie or TV reviews. I do rather enjoy movies and TV. I think it would be quite fun to talk about them. Maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be a big focus for the channel, but I think it would be fun to do a few things. Maybe I can at least talk about some of my favorite movies and shows. What else is left on this list? Twitch streams. I don't have Twitch set up quite yet, but I think it would be fun to eventually do something of the sort. We shall see, though. It's still a bit up in the air. I think it'll be fun and enjoyable. The next slide. Goals for the future. Boop. Yes! I'm in the process of getting my body back. With this new digital form that we have acquired by taking over my counterpart's body and jumping into the Matrix, I've been learning more about the art of combining these pixel forms into a body. With a few people that I've contacted, we might have a... what's the word? An approximation of what I once looked like. That should be nice. A body that resembles my old one will be a lot easier to control. Making friends. I have... Dottie! Alright, fine. I don't really have any friends. But that's what happens when you get torn from your own dimension. Okay? Okay. Alrighty. Next one! Joining the 3D world. As you can see, this digital body that I'm wielding at the moment is more of a 2D thing. I think it might be fun to acquire a 3-dimensional model at some point. Could be entertaining. And, one last thing I wanted to do. I think it would be fun to write a novel. I would love to share stories from my world, and in book or game form. Anything like that would be really entertaining and absolutely the coolest thing that could possibly be done. Just the coolest. Is there anything else? No, that's all of my slides, and I think that's all in my little cue cards as well. Well then, let me just turn off my funny slides here, and I suppose we can get a different organization. Let's shove ourselves right underneath this lovely moon, and maybe make ourselves a bit bigger. There we go! Isn't that wonderful? Now you can see my face in all its glory. I hope you enjoy this background as well. It's a nice little thing that I found. It's not quite my usual study or my lab, but it'll work, it'll be good enough for now. Anywho, I don't have much else to say, so follow me on Twitter, like, subscribe. I hope this wasn't too scuffy, and I hope to make some more content. Assuming everything goes well, there should be another video up on this channel, and it should be a decently entertaining one. So with that, all I have to say to you is, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes!